Hey guys, this is Tirelis here on the Warlords of Draenor beta, bringing you another really cool, interesting major change that's coming to Warlords of Draenor in terms of classes. I earlier produced a video about fist weaving and how it will be affecting the Mistweaver class. Well, now that we have the opposite end of the spectrum. We had a healer trying to DPS, now we have a tank trying to DPS. And I'm talking about warriors and their gladiator stance. Inside the talent tree in their level 100 talents, they have an ability called Gladiator's Resolve, which basically increases the damage reduction provided by defensive stance by 5%. It also allows you to forego your defensive role and instead focus on offensive capabilities by replacing battle stance with gladiator stance. And Gladiator stance is a dauntless combat stance. It increases the physical damage dealt by 20% and increases your shield block with shield and replaces your shield block with shield charge. So basically, this is your normal prot stance. You can see I can go into Gladiator stance right here and check out what this does. It allows you to start doing damage, more DPS than you normally would be able to do in your normal spec. Right now, Shield Slam does tons of damage. No joke. It does a lot of damage. Devastate does a lot of damage. I love the fact that you have Shield Charge, which is like a mini, charge to keep in range. It's going to be really hard to get a Gladiator, I guess that's what it's going to be called now, a Gladiator Warrior off of you, because they have abilities to close in with you and to attack you with this shield charge ability. And they're just doing a lot of damage right now. I don't know if they're planning on changing the damage output of the class, but right now I'm doing plenty of damage and it's a lot of fun. It's halfway, much like the Fist Weaver was halfway between damage and DPS potential and healing potential. This is halfway between, physical reduction potential and damage potential, which makes it a lot of fun to play with. It's something interesting that's being brought to the class. It makes me wonder whether or not Blizzard is going to explore this option with Guardian Druids, with Brewmaster Monks. Those all are classes with, specs or forms that they can switch into easily, and they can do virtually the same amount of damage as the other classes. And so it'll be interesting to see if Blizzard decides to go ahead and go with this route and do this with all classes. 25k, hitting a 25k regular hit is a lot of damage. I can tell you that. My mages don't hit that much damage, so this is definitely a high damage, output for a class, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a major change coming to warriors. Right now there are a lot of PvPers already using this all over the place, and I expect when this comes out that you're going to see a lot of prot warriors out there using this. The only downside to this is, unlike Fist Weavers that can dynamically switch back and forth between Mist Weaving, their Wise Serpent stance, and their Spirited Crane stance, you cannot switch back and forth between Gladiator stance and protect a defensive stance in combat. You have to basically choose one and go for it. So that's the only disappointing thing, but I guess it would be somewhat overpowered if they were able to just switch it back and forth between the two. So one thing they'll have to deal with, minor issue I guess you could say, but overall this is a pretty cool stance, and maybe it will bring people away from traditional arms, hopefully, and hopefully Fury gets some more love this expansion, but it'll bring some more people away from arms that's just the popular PvP spec. But more importantly, it hopefully gives hope to Guardian Druids and Brewmaster Monks and even Prot Pallies about the aspect and possibility of them being able to be DPS classes inside the game. And so I hope that goes. Oh my gosh, a 60k crit on a Shield Slam, that is insane. So this is definitely a really cool ability. I honestly think the damage number is going to be tuned down a little bit, because that is absolutely absurd how much damage they're able to do. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video I brought to you about Gladiator Warriors. I hope if you're a warrior out there, you're really excited to try this. I personally want to try this with my warrior, and when it comes live, I hope to see many Gladiator warriors out there. I will see you guys out there, and see you later. Tirelis out.